Good morning. I'm Srilekha. I've been working in a school since 2 years. I have an experience of 2 years. I've been teaching 8th to 10th classes. Along with that, I even had my home tutors for 10th and 12th class. And also along with that, they had a NEET preparation also. And apart from that, few voluntary activities of teaching some of the students near my home as such. So this is what is my experience till now. Apart from this, maths is my passion and it's my interest. So I have pursued my masters, integrated masters in statistics from Central University of Hyderabad. That's my qualification, and teaching maths is my interest, and it is purely based on my own interest that I have come into this, and involving with the students and creating at least a little bit of from my contributing at least little bit of my knowledge to the students is very valuable for me. And as such, taking a maths as my interest, the reason is I love maths, and maths helps me to solve my problems in my daily life. Not only it's just x, y, algebras, nothing like that, but it's my way to tackle the life, how it goes on. So now let's start with a class. Today I'll be teaching you about a chapter called progressions. I'll be teaching you a chapter on progressions. As the name suggests, you might be knowing progression. The starting word progress means how it proceeds. How it proceeds is the main concepts of your chapter progressions. So it is mainly related to patterns. You might usually see various patterns in your daily life. For example, you have tiles on the floor which have some particular pattern, or some leaves around you which also have some patterns, and something like honeycomb, all will have some kind of pattern, but these are some kind of identical patterns. But if you observe in mathematics we'll be dealing with numbers. Now in this chapter of progressions we'll be seeing about what is the pattern among the numbers. How can we have different kind of patterns and few regular patterns that we occur in our daily life. First, let us see few examples of some series. So if you all know about natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. These are all natural numbers, and these are some odd numbers. And if you see few more, this is odd numbers. As we go on, I'll write few more examples for you. So if you observe each one, I'll write one more example also. So there are few examples on the board. First one, if you observe carefully, is a set of natural numbers, and as you see, first term is 1, second one is 2, as you go on 3, 4, 5. Each one has a difference of 1 among it. They are having a particular pattern. If you know the first term, you will be able to know the second term. Similarly, if you know the second term, you will be able to know the third term. As so on, you can observe a particular pattern in this particular one. Second one is a set of odd numbers. Even in this odd numbers, you will be finding a particular pattern. 1, 3. 1 plus 2 is 3, then 3 plus 2 is 5. As such, as you go on, you can find the immediate next numbers or any other number whichever you want. Same thing with your even numbers also. But as you come here, 1, 2, 5, 7, 9 and so on, you will be observing that there is no such pattern. Okay, these are usually called as series. All these are called as series. All these are called as series, but this one particularly does not follow any particular pattern as such. So next one, if you observe carefully, this is 2, then next one is 2 square, third one is 2 cube. Can you tell me the next one? Next term will be 2 power 4. It's easy. It's the multiples of 2. 2 powers are being increased continuously. So this is also following one particular pattern. Now let us see the next one. In this series, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, as such it will go on. So your next term would be 1 by 5. 1 by 5, and you can find out like that. So in this you are having denominators are increasing continuously. So if you know the before term, you will be able to find out your next terms also. So these are few examples of your series. So in these series we have seen few of them are following one particular pattern and other of them are following other patterns. So for few of them which are following patterns are coming under your topic called progressions. So progressions usually deal with patterns of the numbers. So we have two kind of, importantly there are two kind of your progressions. First one is arithmetic progression, second one is geometric progressions. As you go further, you will be able to even see your harmonic progressions also. Now in this class, first we will be going through in detail about your arithmetic progressions. Now in the first three examples, you have seen that each number are found out by adding a number, to the before term. So it means we are doing your addition. So in that case, when you are doing your additions or subtractions are called as arithmetic. So usually these kind of series or these kind of patterns are coming under your arithmetic progressions. Let us see in detail about your arithmetic progressions. So your first example, I will take one example for you, that is 1, then second one would 3, 5 and 7 and so on. This is one of the example that I have taken for your just explanation. So let us see, any series is first denoted by your letters A1, first term is called as A1, so second term is called as A2, third term is called as A3 and so on it will be going. So in this case you will be able to see that your first term of this particular series is A1, second term is A2, third term is A3, then this one would be A4 and so on. You will be finding many more terms. So this first term is also called as A. First term is also called as A. So in this particular case, first term is A1 and it is equal to A. So if you observe carefully, 1, then 3, then 5, then 7 is the series that is there. You are able to find a particular pattern. First one is 1, second term 3 can be written as 1 plus 2. Then third term 5 can be written as 3 plus 2. Then next term can be written as 5 plus 2. So what will be your next term? You will be able to see that it is 7 plus 2. So as such will be able, if you know the before term, you will be able to find out the next term. Here it is continuously increasing by a number 2. So there is a common difference between your first term and your second term, which is equal to your difference between third term and second term, and similarly fourth term and third term. Let us see that. What is your A2 minus A1? So A2 is your 3, then A1 is 1. So 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. The next one would be A3 minus A2. So this is equal to A3 is 5, 5 minus 3, this is equal to 2. As you go on to the next term, A4 minus A3 is also equal to 2. If you observe, the difference is equal or same in all the cases. So when there is an equal difference among the consecutive terms, you call that particular series to be in arithmetic progressions. So this is the basics of your arithmetic progressions. Now in this first term, there are few terms that have to be explained or that are there. So first term, that is your A1, is called as A. In this particular example, A is equal to 1. And similarly here, if you observe, this common difference is called as D. The difference among the consecutive terms is called as D, and it is called common difference. So this 2 is called as common difference and denoted by D, and it can be found out easily by any difference of any two terms. Difference of any two consecutive terms. So D can be found out by A k plus 1 minus A k. So where A k plus 1 is the k plus 1 term of your given series. So these are the basic terms which have to be defined for your arithmetic progressions. Now if you are having nth term, as you go on, you will be having your nth term. This term is written by an, written as an. Now this notation is there, but for this notation, how can you find out directly your nth term of a particular series? That we will be seeing it now. Now, let's take the same example. What is your first term? A. A is equal to 1. Okay. Then, what is your common difference? Common difference is equal to A2 minus A1. That is equal to, in this particular case, 3 minus 1, that would be equal to 2. So, your common difference is equal to 2. Now, let us try to find out your initially, let's find out your third term of the series. Your third term of the series, how can we find out? Let us see. So, the first term is 1, second term is 2, that is second term is 3, and now let us see how to find out your third term. So, I'll do 3 plus 2 is your third term. Then you will get your 5. But can I write this as this 3? Can I write this particular 3 as 1 plus 2? Then plus 2 again. This is also equal to 5. So this can be written as 1 plus 2 into 2. Okay, 1 plus 2 into 2. If you observe carefully, this is your third term and it is equal to your 5. Same thing we will be observing. If you find out, we will be able to see a particular pattern in this particular one. So you can find out your nth term. You can find out your nth term by the formula A plus n minus 1 D. A plus n minus 1 D, where n is the term that you have to find out. So a plus n minus 1 d is your formula for your nth term. Let us start testing for this particular given series. Now in this particular given series, let us find out your fifth term. So what is your a plus n minus 1 d is your formula. So in this case, what is your a? Is 1 plus n is the fifth term. This is your n. So 5 minus 1 into d. You have found out your common difference to be equal to 2. So 1 plus 4 into 2. 4 to 8, 8 plus 1, 9. So let us see from the series. 1, 3, 5, 7. What is your next term? Your next term will be equal to 9. That is your fifth term of your given arithmetic progressions. So we got it as 9. Both are equal to each other. So this is the formula for your nth term of an arithmetic progressions. So this is about your first term, then your common difference and your nth term. So till now we have seen 3 small concepts or 3 basics of your series. What is arithmetic progressions? And then second one, what are the terms that have to be denoted? What are the terms that have to be required to give information about your arithmetic progressions? So let us generalize this arithmetic progressions and write it down in a proper manner. So first one, A1, A2, A3, A4 is the general notation of a series. In usual terms, your first term is A, second term would be A plus D, third term would be A plus 2D, then fourth term would be A plus 3D, and so on. So this is your general series of an arithmetic progressions. Along with this, A is the first term, then D is your common difference, then AN is your nth term of the series, AN is the nth term of your series. Then now how do you find out the nth term? What is the formula for the nth term? AN would be equal to A plus n minus 1 D. A plus n minus 1 D is the formula for your nth term of your arithmetic progressions. This is the brief introduction and notations regarding your arithmetic progressions. So these are the basics of it. Then as we proceed further, you might even ask me, how can we find out the sum of the numbers that are present in your arithmetic progressions? We will be also seeing regarding it. So the next concept is about your sum of n terms of an arithmetic progression. So this is sum of n terms. Sum of n terms gives you your Sn. It means Sn is equal to A1 plus A2 plus and so on till your nth term, and so on till your An. Now, how do you find out your Sn is your next question that you have. So for that you have one direct formula that can be derived easily from your examples. For now, the formula of your nth term sum of n terms of your arithmetic progressions is given by n by 2, where n is number of n is your nth term, then 2 into a, where a is your first term of the series, plus n minus 1 d, where d is your common difference. So d is your common difference. This is the formula for your sum of n terms of an AP. So this can also be written as n by 2 into a, your first term, plus your nth term of the given series. So n by 2 into a plus an is your n term of the sum of n terms of the series. Now let us see this with the help of an example. So the same example that we have taken before, we will be following it. So let us see that. So we have taken one example. One, 3, 5 and 7 and so on. Let us find out the sum of first 4 numbers, that is S4. That means it is nothing but A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. Now let us directly first try to calculate for this example. That would be 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. How much is this? Can you tell me how much is this? 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 5 would be 9. 9 plus 7 would be 16. So sum of your 4 terms of the first 4 terms of the given series of AP is 16. Now let us try out with this formula. So your first formula, that is S4, to be applied here, n is nothing but 4. 4 by 2 into 2 into what is the A? A is the first term. First term is nothing but 1 plus, again you have your n is nothing but 4. 4 minus 1 d. What is your d? 3 minus 1 is 2. Your common difference is 2. So here we go, 2 ones are 2 twos are, this would be equal to 2 into 1 is 2 plus 4 minus 1 3, 3 into 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 to 16. So here this term and this term both coincide each other. So with an example, I have shown you that this particular formula can be applied for your arithmetic progression to find out the sum of n terms of an particular AP. So these are the basics of your arithmetic progressions. So here we end your arithmetic progressions, but I'll also give you a brief introduction about your geometric progressions also, as I have told you in the starting. So these are arithmetic progression, this is a series, this is the general notation of your arithmetic progression. The notations that are required to define your arithmetic progressions are first term, then common difference, nth term of the series, and that is given by this formula, and then sum of n terms of n series, that is given by these two formulas. So these are the basics of your AP. Now let us see about your geometric progressions. Now in the start you have seen some simple example such as 2 square, 2 cube and so on. Now if you see carefully, in this particular series you have a pattern. First term is 2, second term you are multiplying 2 with again 2, which will give you your 2 square. Then your third term, your 2 square into 2, you are multiplying again with the 2, that is your third term. So as you go on, can you tell me your next term? Your next term would be 2 cube into 2 and so on. It will proceed like that. So if you see carefully, so these terms first term is multiplied by 2, second term is multiplied by 2, as so on. So ratio of your consecutive terms is becoming a constant. If you take this as your first term A1, this as your second term A2, this as your third term A3. So now if you observe carefully, what is A2 by A1? 2 square by 2, which is equal to 2. Now let us check for your A3 by A2. A3 by A2, if you observe carefully, 2 cube by 2 square, which is also equal to 2. So if you take the next term also, you will be able to find that A4 by A3 is also equal to 2. Now in this you are able to find out that the ratio of your consecutive terms is a constant number, and in this particular case that particular thing is 2. So here you are getting a ratio to be equal to 2. Whenever you are able to see that this ratio is constant, this particular series is said to be in your geometric progression. It is said to be in geometric progression. So observe carefully. In geometric progression, if you know the first term, you will be able to find out second term. Second term if you know, then you will be able to find out your third term, and so on. So in this particular case, we will be defining few terms. As such, same first term is denoted by your A. First term is denoted by your A. Now let us generalize it. If A1, A2, A3 and so on is your given series, if it is in geometric progression, A1 is your A, that is your first term. Then the second term that we require is this common ratio. In this case, your common ratio has got to be 2. But what is that common ratio? We need to define it. So that common ratio is denoted by R, and it is equal to A2 by A1. It is equal to A3 by A2. It is equal to A3 by A2, and so on. So this is called your common ratio. This is called your common ratio. So to generalize this, how do you find out is, in this particular generalization, first term is A, second term would be A into R, where R is your common ratio. Third term would be AR square, because we have to multiply a common ratio to your before term, AR into R, that would be AR. And as you go on, you will be able to find out your next term. Can you tell me your next term? That would be A into R power 3, and so on. In this particular case, your nth term would be equal to A into R power n minus 1, because your first term is A, which can be written as A into R power 0. As you all know, R power 0 is nothing but 1. R power 0 is nothing but 1. Therefore, first term A1 will be equal to A, second term will be equal to A into R, third term will be equal to A into R square, and so on. So this is your nth term of your geometric progressions. So for today, I will be ending my topic here. I hope you liked it. If you have any doubts, you can clarify it. Thank you.